Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jahlial in this incarnation, and today I'm here to talk about the opposition between the Sun in Scorpio and Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. This transit is already gestated in the sky, but it's going to be perfect on November 3rd. And this is an aspect of tension that is telling us that in order to take our true power, which is the energy of Scorpio, and express who we are, the Sun, this requires to break with fixed and limited beliefs, Jupiter. And just as a story is woven in our individual lives, this also happens in the sky. So this week we experimented planets in Scorpio, Mars, Mercury, the Sun, in opposition with Jupiter and Taurus. And the next week, these same planets will do an opposition with Uranus. So this means that something is showing up in some area of our lives that either by an internal impulse or because life is going to push us, this area of our lives will change. So the only certainty we have with aspects with Uranus is that it's change. So back to the opposition with Jupiter, I noticed that not only my own experience, but also in other people's experiences, that their individual missions are exactly designed in order to move forward, we have to break with fixed ideas and rooted limited dogmas, because dogmas are not only fundamentalist religious beliefs. They are any set of crystallized ideas that become a cage, and they are preventing us from flying, flourishing, expanding. So expansion is a quality of Jupiter, and one of the polarizations of this planet lies, in this attachment. The shadow of Taurus is about possession and attachment, So we could be attached to these beliefs. And also the other polarization is more linked with, it's not an excess of trust, but more like an optimism that comes from a denial of the reality. When we are saying, okay, universe or God will help me, but deep down we know that we are not doing anything to be aligned with ourselves or in coherence, or to act in coherence, for the path can be open. So I think that the high vibration of Jupiter is linked with this faith and this confidence that emerges from hearing and following the call of the divine purpose that our soul is indicating to us. And the biggest battles that happen inside of ourselves, they occur when our soul is telling us an idea or an action that initially can cause enthusiasm, and then the rational mind disconnects and tries to look for any excuse of why that idea cannot be implemented. So we start to feel bad, but that is the moment where we can observe our limited beliefs. With Jupiter and Tarot could be linked with fear of losing, fear of scarcity, fear of not being capable, fear of what I have to offer, it's not valuable, fear of the things cannot prosper, many fears. But this is a whole illusion of the mind. This is the ego preventing us from the imminent death of an old identity, because ego knows that if we keep moving forward in that path, we will be transformed. So there is nothing more certain that, despite that the path can be uncertain many times and we are not able to see what lies ahead, the next step is always visible in the right time. Many times we have to get out of our comfort zone first to see it clearly. On the other hand, it's very important to remember that the trust in our own soul call always will take us to expand ourselves. So the expansion will materialize in here sooner or later, because cosmos always sustains people who dare to ascend its own light, to trust in this light even in the darkness, and that dare to follow their own hearts. This doesn't mean that everything is going to be the way that we want, or that we are not going to experiment more frustrations, but this means that our faith in our divine purpose will make us protected and sustained by universe or God, because we are deciding to align with that connection and to recognize it. So I just want to leave this message today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.